As they mourn civilian victims of Russian airstrikes, Ukraine's president warns his people to expect another harsh, cold winter of war. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz's centre-left coalition's popularity comes under scrutiny on Sunday with state elections in Bavaria and Hesse. Luxembourg Prime Minister Xavier Bettel's decade in power is in the balance as polls show his party trailing in Sunday's general election. In Horoza village in eastern Ukraine, rescue workers in what is scarcely recognizable as a children's playground. At least 52 people are now known to have died here in Russian airstrikes on Thursday. As the 250 remaining residents mourn, a warning from Ukraine's president.
Цієї зими російські терористи будуть знов намагатись знищити нашу енергосистему. Вони не здатні сприйняти думку, що Україну все одно не підкорять, але спробують зробити більш ударів та більш спроб обійти наш захист. Виграти цю зиму, пройти всі складнощі та дати захист нашим людям – це дуже важливо.
In Kharkiv, the protection work goes on. Buildings made safe after Russian airstrikes on Friday. What's harder to repair is the impact on families. A 10-year-old boy and his grandmother died in the latest attack. No generation is spared. An undercover reporting team working for a Latvian TV station helped to crack a people smuggling operation. They infiltrated a gang by responding to recruitment advertisements on TikTok and then tipped off border patrols. Officials say almost 10,000 border crossing attempts from Belarus have been foiled since September. 30 smugglers and migrants were detained in the undercover operation. A group campaigning for the ordination of women in the Catholic Church and greater equality held a demonstration at the Vatican. They were targeting a 3-week synod called by Pope Francis. Women have long complained they're treated as second-class citizens in the Church, barred from the priesthood and highest ranks of power, and yet responsible for the lion's share of its work, teaching in Catholic schools, running Catholic hospitals, and passing the faith down to the next generations. The level of support for Bavaria's dominant centre-right party will be closely watched when the large and wealthy state goes to the polls on Sunday. The Christian Social Union, led by Markus Söder, is expected to win the election and renew its coalition with the Freie Wähler party. But its popularity fell dramatically in the previous ballot, and German media speculate he could face a leadership challenge if there's no significant improvement this time. The performance of Freie Wähler leader Hubert Aiwanger will also be scrutinised. He was tainted by a political row in which he was accused of writing a leaflet expressing far-right views as a student. He denies the accusation. People will also vote in Hesse state, where Conservatives are again expected to win. Both elections are seen as possible indicators of how far support for Chancellor Olaf Scholz's centre-left coalition has fallen at a national level. Luxembourg goes to the polls on Sunday in an election that could end the 10-year stint of Xavier Bettel as Prime Minister. His Democrat Party's ruling coalition with the Socialists and Greens is trailing in surveys to the centre-right Christian Social People's Party, which is on course to top the poll. The main candidates made a last bid for support in a televised debate on Thursday. No party seems likely to win an outright majority, and a period of intense negotiations is likely to follow the vote. In the previous 2 elections, the centre-right failed to form a coalition. But this time they're hoping to capitalise on rising anger over the country's dire housing crisis, which has led to rare street protests. Both the centre-right and centre-left groups have vowed to take emergency action to provide more affordable homes. Sunday's vote may reveal which has been more convincing.